you had a point, but I'm sure it was a back and forth game, and maybe you felt like you should have had a second one as a team.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, every point counts in this division in the Metro. So obviously, we're going back with something, but at the same time, I think we're playing a good game, and I think all of us is having that low frustration that we should get 2 points.
Now that's a good team, obviously, who's been hot, and just for you guys to come back after things weren't going your way says a lot about the team, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's a character that we had all year round and ever since training camp, and we all feel like we had a good push, and we could do something big and different here, and especially our line kind of got us going there in the third, and that was what we needed.
How about your goal in the third, late in the third?
Yeah, Nico created some space for me there in the end, and I feel like it wasn't a bad timing to shoot, and Nico made a good screen and helped me out to make the goal and not see the puck, and luckily went in.
When you talk about, it's good character to see you guys come back, is it almost even more frustrating when that second point is left on the board?
Yeah, of course it is. That's what we're competitors in here, and we're not satisfied with just 1 point, and we really battled down there, and obviously in shootouts anything happening. It was our first shootout of the year, and a lot of guys haven't really been in this situation for the whole year, so obviously I'm not really happy with how my shootout went into, and just got to take that to practice and be ready next time.
When that play happens with Mackenzie where he gives up the puck and it goes in, how much is a team mentality of, we have a goaltender who backs it, who bails us out a lot, we've got to, do that for him now here too?
Yeah, it was up to us to step up for back and show him that, hey, we're moving on. It's stuff that happens where all of us play around the ice. We make mistakes sometimes, and obviously when you're a goalie, you're a little more in the tough spot when you're making a mistake and stuff. But we just had to bounce back as a group. It was the whole group that had to go through it, and we helped him up, and he had some really huge key saves in the game that he stepped up and he showed what a competitor he is.
We were just talking to Ryan about the win streak that you guys were on, and now maybe eating a little too much of those points right now, because as things sort of even out, does it really put in perspective how valuable and how important the beginning of your year was?
Yeah, it really is, and it's showing how important the rest of the season is going to be too, and every point counts, and we're seeing how tight the division is, and we got to play every game like it is our last.
At what point did you kind of realize that, based on your injury in that last game that you played, that you were getting to this point where you were going to be able to compete?
It was a pretty quick turnaround in the last 24, 48 hours of deciding to play or not. It was pretty slow moving for the first week or so, and then the last 48 hours, since we kind of got a handle on it, it started to move a little bit better, and once I had full strength and decent mobility, it was safe enough to play. And this is a big game, so I had this one circled that I was trying to get back for, and I felt healthy enough to play, and I felt good out there. It took me a little bit to get my wind. I think it was tough with our schedule with not having a full team practice for the last few days, but we do a good job of skating on our own. We have Pilots, he's skating hard right now, and Bastion's skating hard, and then yesterday we had a few guys skate that didn't play that much in pit, so you're just trying to get back as quick as you can. You hate missing time.
Was there a certain point for you where you felt in the game that you had sort of regained that?
Probably the second period. I felt like I started to feel a little bit better. The first, I was just trying to keep it as simple as possible and not try to do too much. You don't want to be moving too much. I'm not trying to do wind sprints up and down the ice. I think it would, as my first time back in action, that would have been tough. But when the second period rolled around, I felt normal again. And then the third period, I felt like I had missed it.
And you said that you circled this game in particular, just knowing the importance of divisional, where you guys are in the standings. I mean, how did you kind of like the way you guys matched up, and obviously, fighting back in this, just falling short of that last point?
Yeah, we didn't like the way we played in Carolina last time. I think they kind of took it to us. I know we outshot them, but we gave up some bad chances against and some poor decisions tonight. I thought we were better. I mean, it was a back and forth game. I know they outshot us tonight, but I think we had good chances, and we showed good character rebounding. Penalty trouble at the end, but they had it as well, so it's just kind of part of the game. But they're a good team, and that's what we expected, and it's the reason that I had this one circle that you want to play, and it's a divisional game that we're fighting with these guys in the standings to have a better chance in the playoffs.
When Mackenzie obviously slips and gives up the goal, that just over the way he battled back personally and how he was able to pick up his game after that.
Yeah, I mean, even before that, he had made some nice stops. When you think of the one on maybe Aho in front of the net off the face-off where he sticks a leg out and really fights it off, or we had a little bit of a D-zone breakdown. So I mean, that could have easily been a goal, and then it sucks the way it looks, but he did a nice job of bouncing back. He was good. I mean, what he stopped 2 breakaways in overtime. That right there could have been a game saver for us. So I mean, like, that happens. I mean, we all make mistakes. It just sucks when you're a goalie that your mistakes turn into goals.
All right, so take me through the 5-on-3 and just you're just trying to get rid of the puck there.
Yeah, it just bobbled on me. I'm just trying to make a really hard play, and I mean, it's game of inches. It's the penalties. I don't know. It is what it is. It's not like you're really trying to do that. It doesn't really affect the game, but you're just trying to make a hard play, and I have to be better than that. I have to find a way to keep it in the arena and just keep it a little bit lower.
You get a point, but I'm sure the emphasis is trying to get more points at home.
Yeah, I think we've been really fighting for points here lately. So I mean, any point's huge, especially when you get it against a team like that. But we're just trying to accumulate points and get back on track. We want to string together a few wins here.
What has made it so difficult right now that, I mean, obviously you haven't played in the last couple of games, but just from a vantage point of not being able to string those wins together, because we've talked so much about how that's more important almost than that one win, right? Like,
yeah, we're just trying to build points to standings. It's important this time of year just to find them when you can. So I think we've just made a few immature mistakes at times, and I mean, we've had a tough schedule too, and that's kind of makes it emphasizes when you're maybe have a few holes in your game. So we're really trying to work through it, and it's a lot better to be working through it now than it is in April.
in a sense, does it really, show how critical that win streak that you guys went on was, especially where we are right now?
Oh yeah, it's huge if you can string together wins start of the year. You can give yourself a little bit of a cushion, and I think we're eating into that cushion a little more than we'd like to, but still we are where we are for a reason. It doesn't count how many in a row you had or how many you've lost in a row. It just counts how many you have at the end of the day. So we're just trying to find ways to win and to put ourselves in a good place come playoff time.
If you let that stuff bother you, you're not going to be a very good goalie in this league. So it's just part of the job. Letting things go, flow off your back, and just keep trying to do your job.
Was that just a situation where you were trying to get it out and maybe just whiffed on it?
Yeah, just trying to make a quick play and just kind of fumbled it and just gave it right to him. So, not something that I'm looking to do. Definitely a mistake on my part, but like you said, you can't let that be the story of your game. You got to keep playing.
Take me through overtime, a couple of breakaways on you, just what you were thinking there.
Yeah, just try and challenge, make him make a good move or make him shoot. But if you challenge far out, most likely they're going to try and deke you or go 5-hole. So I came out pretty far on those and tried to make him beat me as a deke, and fortunately I was able to get some of those.
Mac, when you talk about learning, needing to shake off a moment like that, is that really a learned practice for a goaltender with experience in terms of being able to move on so quickly, because you did come back with some pretty big saves right out?
Yeah. I mean, I've made my share of mistakes in my goaltending career, and I'm gonna make a heck of a lot more, I'm sure. So, it's just how you handle those. Obviously, nobody wants to make mistakes, but they're gonna happen, and it's just about how you respond to them.
From a team perspective, you really got to start taking advantage of these home games and getting the 2 points in your own building, right?
Yeah, I don't think we have too great of a home record. That's something that we've talked about, something that we're working on. I know we're definitely aware of that, and it's something that we're not happy about.
First of all, how did you see the back and forth after the first period?
I thought, they're really playing well right now. It was tough to generate. Their gaps were incredible. We didn't make a lot of mistakes until, the pinch that gave them the 2-on-1. And then, I thought we had a good response in the third period. And unfortunate high sticking penalty. I'd like to see a little bit better control. I thought terrible call on the stick, Siegenthaler, the stick between the legs. I think if they have a chance to look at that, they'll agree with what I just said. It's a penalty. It's something that should have been called and should have went our way. But a heck of a battle to get where we were, and at the end, I thought, we got a point. We'd like more.
So as a coach, obviously you get a point, you want more, but when you see your goalie go through what he went through and battle back mentally and like that, what does that tell you?
I've seen lots of those goals over my career. I've seen lots of those plays where it's an accidental mistake by a goaltender. If you want to look at highlights this year, go around and look at the highlights around the league, and you're going to see that goal on a lot of different teams. If you're going to ask your goalie to play pucks, you're going to see those mistakes. Go to the Philadelphia game when Hart was playing and we won the game, the mistake he made with the puck. There's lots of those mistakes in the game. Go to the plays that lead up to those mistakes and look at what happened there. It was a tough play. It happens when a goalie has to play the puck with the tools he has. That is going to happen. He tried to make the right play. We needed him to make that play. It didn't happen. I'll give him a lot of credit for keeping his composure and playing and making some big frickin' saves that allowed us to get back in the game and get a point out of the game. And if you want to look at some of the saves he made in overtime, the breakaway saves, to allow us to get to a shootout. Got to give him a lot of credit.
On that same note, just talking to Jesper Bratt in the locker room, he said, as a group, we needed to bail Mackenzie out, and let him know that we're all with him. We're going to fight back and try and get our goals. I mean, how much is, a mistake like that for Mackenzie a group effort to come out of it and to have that support amongst one another?
Well, it's a positive. I think that's all part of being a good team. You look after each other. You look at what we were generating. You look at what we missed, like a couple of great power play chances to, maybe get the lead early in the game. I thought we made a couple of really nice plays in the power play, but didn't convert. Now the third period, I thought we got some great momentum that we killed with an unfortunate penalty, and I think there was some players that needed to play better, and I think we saw that.
The ability to put in Ryan Graves, he was just saying that in the last 48 hours, things kind of changed for him, and he felt he was able to go. Said he felt probably the best second period on. What did you see from him in returning to this game?
I thought good effort. The conversation yesterday was he wanted to give it a try. Had a real good skate, and obviously we need him. He has been part of a good run, and our back end with him and Marino, the lineup, has been hurting a little bit. So to get him back in was good for us.
You talked about the missed opportunities, but it seems like you guys had a lot of fight back, especially one of the hottest teams in the NHL. How satisfied were you with your team's overall performance, and how do you rebound from it?
Again, you've got to be satisfied that you battle back, you take the lead. Disappointed that we put ourselves in a position with the two penalties late that gave them, because I really felt that momentum was on our side. That you look at when Jack scored, and immediately after that he had another point blank opportunity that I think hit Halla in the back of the leg. So there was lots of good, and like you said, that team has really been rolling. They haven't been giving up a lot. They just shut out the previous team. They haven't been giving up a lot. So there's a lot of positives to go out and score the 4 that we scored against them.
And they obviously are playing good teams every night, but you got to find a way to get points at home. That's probably got to be the priority now, right?
Yeah, I mean that is the key. I mean you look at now last 2 games, we got 3 out of 4. We'd like that extra point. Every point is crucial. Every point against good teams, every point that's against our division, every point that's against our conference is so important. The positive, we've been a good road team this year. and we have to go. We're going to have to go win on the road. But we need to get more points at home.